And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Well, Charles, after Kansas City losing to New England this past week, we only have one undefeated team remaining, the Rams, 6-0, and they barely beat Denver, but they got it done.
They certainly did. They actually set the pace in that game, Brandon. They got out to a pretty nice lead, and then Denver chopped into it, and the Rams held on late. But you can do that when you have Todd Gurley as your lead running back. Over 200 yards for him. The Rams, as you noted, the last undefeated team in the NFL, and no signs of cooling off, even though they had to go to Denver. Snow in Denver in October, and what was it at kickoff, 25 degrees?
25.
How about that? That didn't even cool those guys off.
This week they'll be at San Francisco trying to get to 7-0. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First down, Prescott. Zeke with a shake and bake, and they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll go down, and that will do it. for the third quarter of action. Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. A second down throw for Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And they'll go on the ground. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Prescott now on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. 30, 20. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
A good pickup there at 22.
46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Flushed out right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And the Steelers set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. He's back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead.
Here we go.
As they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They go to Elliott again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A dump off to Elliott. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And they'll run it here. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.